better camera today. At least it has a better spec than the one on the tablet. I am Linda Ursin, a mythical artist based in the Norwegian mountains, and I make art with a touch of play, nature, and myth. But I'm also an avid crafter, and today I'm going to do some crafting. I had planned on using paper clay, but I ran out of time. So it'll be polymer clay instead, and that's something I haven't used yet. So it'll be interesting for both you and me. If you're here, let me know in the chat because I can't see you. And I hope we'll have fun with this clay. Someone has used up the white, not me. So I have green, blue, magenta, yellow, and red, orange, something. And there's also two little molds on the packaging. I might use those or I might not. It's actually up to you. But if you don't give me any input, I'm going to choose at random. And let's get started, shall we? I sent along some lacquer as well, but I'm not going to use that right now. I have some tools. I have the sculpting tool that came in the packaging. It also came with some kind of non-stick mat, I think. I think it's so it doesn't stick to the table. Might have to use that one. Would be silly of me if it stuck to the table, even though I have my craft mat out. I think it's better to be safe than sorry because I hate cleaning. You might notice that I'm using headphones today, and that's because I'm using a laptop. And the microphone on this laptop is horribly bad. So I hope the headphones will improve the sound slightly. I have some tools that I brought myself as well. I have two toothpicks because I imagine I'm going to have to make some small lines or eyes. It's good to have something pointy. I also have 3 little cookie cutters in case we make some ornaments or something like that. Better put them the right way around because they're sharp on the other end. I have a teaspoon or coffee spoon for flattening things out, small things. A knife to no, I don't need a everything's fine by the virus thingy right now. To cut pieces of the clay off, of course. Can also be used to make straight lines. And since I don't want to use the roller I use for baking, for polymer clay, I brought a glass jar because you can roll it on the table. See if I can get you to a better angle where you can actually see what I'm doing. I'm gonna tilt the screen. Don't know if you can see both me and what I'm doing. That's the problem. Maybe if I slide it. Here and there. And if I put these here, you can see them. And that gives me about 10 centimeters to work with as far as the table goes. Nah, I can't sit like normal people. That I have some gifts to make for my daughter, and I need them to be finished before school ends for the holidays on Friday, because I don't want her to see what I'm making. This is Thomas, by the way, our little cat, and Bonzo is on that couch taking a nap. He might wake up now that he hears something that sounds like food. There. green ones out. Have to place them where you can see them. Fortunately, this can be painted after it's been baked, so I don't have to stick to these colors unless I make something that the color fits. Sort of, if you make a heart and it's red clay, that's good enough. But if you make a mouse and it's green, that might be less fortunate, at least if you're going to try to sell it. Started a new Facebook page trying to sell some of my crafts because, well, sooner or later you'll run out of space. And I don't want to get there. Sorry about that. I also have a lot of scraps, yarn scraps, fabric scraps, and other leftovers like paint and such things that I really should use up instead of just having them lying around in the cupboard and going bad on me. So it's much better to actually use them, and if I can make money for new supplies, all the better. So that's why I started that page. It's called Linda's Crafty Corner, and it's on Facebook. So now I have 4 pages of my own, and there's one page for the All Things Pagan radio, All Things Pagan radio station and community, and I'm also adminning a page for a client. So yeah, I have enough pages to look after, but it'll be fine. I'm pretty much always on Facebook anyway. There, all of the clay is unpacked. Remember to say hi if you show up. I don't mind if you show up late. Sherry said she might come by today, so we'll see. Don't know if there's a lag on the chat. It usually has a lag, but I don't know how long that lag is. Let's see. I have set aside 30 minutes for this, but it might get longer. Last time I sort of ran out of time and didn't get the card to where I wanted it to be. It ended up being, ooch, we're out of time. Gotta stop. Bye. So you might expect it to get a bit longer. I have a tendency to go out on tangents, talk about other things than what I'm actually doing. I am a blabbermouth, and I have always been one. An uncle of mine called me Chatterbox when I was little, so it's not something new. I love talking to people. I love connecting and interacting with people. So that's why I hope these interactive things will actually work out. I don't think we'll go past 1 hour because it is already 10:40 p.m. here. And well, I have to get up in the morning and get my daughter off to school. So no more than an hour. You'll have to help me stick to that, given my talkative nature. Let's see, we've gone through the materials and the tools. Yeah, last time I had a real bad camera. It was on a Acer Aspire Switch 10. It's not a bad tablet, it's just that the camera is awful and I didn't check before I started the live. I hope to be able to afford a new webcam, a proper one, next year. The one I have is so old that Windows 10 doesn't know what it is, so I can't use it. And that says something about the resolution as well. I'm just checking my notes. If you have any questions during this time, just pop in the chat and ask. I will do my best to answer them. Any feedback, any suggestions, and I need your input for this, or I'm going to choose at random and do whatever, and it will turn out the way it turns out. I will show the results on social media, both on Facebook and in my Instagram stories, so you can see it there. What else do we have? Yeah, if there are any tutorials you want me to make. I haven't made a tutorial in ages. So if there are any tutorials you want me to do, pop it in the chat or in the comments later and let me know what you want me to teach you. Because one thing I do is that I try a lot of art and crafts. If I haven't tried it, I probably will, except for forging. My back and shoulders won't agree with something that physical. But sorry about that. If there's anything you want me to teach you, if I don't know it, we can try it out together. If I do know how to do it, I can teach you how to do it. One thing I know I do is learn fast. So let me know what you want me to teach you or what you want me to try out together with you. I will try to do one of these interactive crafts or art videos once a month. There will be an art challenge soon. I know I haven't done one in over a month, and I said I was going to do one once a month, but October, November were really hard on me this year, so it's a bit late, but it's coming. I haven't recorded it yet, but I know what I'm going to do, and it'll be a surprise for you. Maybe I should start calling them art experiments instead of art challenges, because I come up with some of them on my own. It's not something someone else has challenged me to do. See if there's anything I need to say before I actually go to the clay. I don't think so. There will be a replay. This video will be up forever. I'm not going to take it down. But I'm not going to upload a separate one because that didn't work last time, so now I'm not even bothering putting the other camera up. Let's see, blue clay. What can we do with blue? I have to knead it a bit. It's hard as heck. Good training for your fingers, this. It's very hard. If you know of any polymer clay that's easier to work with, I would love to hear it. Because I would love to be able to create jewelry and little figures and amulets and pendants and ornaments and stuff like that. I might have to use paper clay or salt dough because it's easier to come by. But it would be nice to have a suggestion anyway. If any of you actually use polymer clay on a regular basis, I would love some tips since it is the first time I'm using this. What else was I? Yeah. If any of you have heard of the 30-day creative challenge that I used to run, it is coming back next year. But I'm going to do my best not to place it at a seriously busy time, like in the middle of exams or at the holidays, or yeah. I used to run it in October and April, and October is definitely not the time for me. But I'm going to try to find a good time, and then we will do the creativity challenge. It will be fun to bring it back. A lot of people thought it was a lot of fun to do. But what are we going to do with this blue clay? Trying to come up with something. Maybe we can do a flower. Just trying to roll out so I can get some equal pieces for some petals. And if you're wondering, I have no idea what kind of flower. We'll just have to wait and see what it becomes. I think I might use one of those molds for the center of the flower. And yeah, other than that, we'll just have to see what it becomes. If you're curious about what I'm making for my daughter, it's actually not something I can say here because I know she might be watching this later on when she wakes up. So no, I'm not going to say it. But for anyone who's curious, send me a PM and I'll tell you. Let's see. That could be a mouse ear, but it could also be a petal. So we're going to pretend it's a petal. And do the same thing to this one. It is so hard, this clay. And it's not that cold inside either. So that's not the reason why it's hard. It might be old, though. I don't know when I bought this. It might be 2 years ago. So that might be the reason for it, but it's been in its plastic the whole time. I have no idea how long polymer clay lasts. I'm going to try to get these baked tonight. However they turn out, so you can see them, see what they turn out as. About crafts tutorials, I do have a few from the challenge that I did back in the day, and those are on my channel if you would like to check those out. I also want your feedback on what the next live should be about, if it should be art or crafts, and what kind. Because any feedback is nice, and if I know you made a request, I know you might show up. Don't think we have anyone online right now, but if we do, I don't see you, so say hi. If the suggestions come from you, it's more tempting for you to come by as well. And I would also like some feedback on the time, because I tried 2 times now, one in the evening for me and one in the middle of the day. And I want to hear how those worked for you, if any of those times work well for you. Otherwise, I'll have to try a different time next time and see if that works better. Now we have all the petals. All of them look roughly like that. And I'm going to take some yellow for the center and try to get that soft enough to go into the center mold. Sort of looks like a jello mold, an old style jello mold, but I think it can work well as a flower center. Might make a nice hair ornament or brooch when it's done. It'll be a pretty blue flower of unknown origin. Species unknown. See if we can get this. Move the petals out of the way and get the mold in here. It's only soft plastic, so I don't know how well this will turn out. Turned out pretty good. I don't know if you're able to see that, but it's like a little jello mold. So we'll see how that will work out for the center of a flower. Just gonna cut away the excess around it. Then I'm gonna make some leaves to settle the flower on, so it's actually sitting on some leaves. Otherwise I have nothing to attach it to. So 1, 2, 3 leaves, I think. Yeah, your hands stink when you do this. Don't know why I smelled them. I should have known. Oh, before I forget, I'm taking some time off from newsletters and blogging until January 2nd because, well, I want to spend some time with my daughter and our pets. And when I come back, I hope to have a clear schedule for YouTube. When I'm going to post, what I'm going to post. Because, well, the previous one hasn't been working out that well. So I have to change some things. So it will work both for me and for you. So if you have any feedback on days that are good to post, I'd love to hear it. That's something I really needed to remember to say, that I'm taking time off, so people don't think I've gone missing. See if we can try that glass jar to roll this leaf out. That worked pretty well. Just getting rid of some fingerprints. And a cat hair, apparently. Oh well. When you have cats, that's the way it is. Try to make some little, I shouldn't have used the back of the knife, little veins in the leaf. There. That's one leaf, like that. See if I can make 2 more that are similar. Don't have to be exactly the same, just similar. There is one. Then the other one. Just have to soften it a bit. tapering one end. See if we can roll both of them at the same time. Sticking to the jar, but that's okay. Put that one away. I don't think we'll be needing that more tonight. The tapered end one went missing, went away. To redo that part, but that's easy enough. It's just to pinch it. Pinch, pinch, pinch. And then veins. Make it a little bit more subtle, I think. A little bit too heavy-handed. There. See if we can assemble this flower somewhere you can see it. Just placing the leaves at an angle. Then we're going to push down the petals. Two, three, four, five, 6 petals. Number 7 will have to be reused for a different purpose. And then shape that petal a little bit because it lost its shape. Maybe we can squeeze number 7 in here. We move the others to the side. Ah, come on. Move over. I'm not sure this is for the impatient ones. Might be better for people who are more patient than me. See if I can show you. Move this out of the way. There is a flower. So we can make some marks on it. Most flowers that have those big yellow things in the middle have a lot of small pits. I know they're not called that. It's stamen and pistil, stuff like that, but I'm going to make a lot of little dots with a toothpick to make it look more like the center of a flower. Then I'm going to make some marks on the, try to remove some finger marks first. smooth them out a bit. Then I'm going to make some faint lines in here. You won't be able to see them on camera, but you might be able to see them in the photo I'm taking once it's baked, if they stay. There. Now I have made a flower, a blue flower with a yellow center and green leaves. And I think we're going to leave it at that for tonight. I will take a photo of this as it is, and then I will take a photo of the baked one. And if I do anything more to it, I'll take a photo of that too. And those will be on Facebook and on my Instagram stories when they are loaded over to the computer. Thank you for watching. Remember to check out the other videos I have on this channel. And I hope you'll be back next time I post a video or go live. And if you have any questions, any feedback at all, leave it in the comments. The replay will stay up. You have all the time in the world to watch it. Thank you and good night.